If Old Dung realized later, disaster would have struck. Old Black, with telepathy, found Sal alive. He immediately called everyone over, but as soon as North barged in, he found Sal had gracefully fled to the basement. They quickly split, Bald Guy taking Old Black upstairs, North and back in elevator, but surprise, that monster ran swiftly with astonishing destructive power. It crashed through steel doors and fled deeper into the sewers. When the Bald Guy arrived, everyone armed themselves fully and joined forces to chase. But when they reached a crossroads, the intense smell made Old Black's telepathy fail. They split up, but the Bald Guy didn't get far. He got ambushed by the monster hiding in the water, and when the others heard the screams, they rushed over. Unfortunately, the Bald Guy was already off the field. They kept searching, unaware the monster was lurking, watching them. Suddenly, the monster leapt into the water, found a hidden corner for its party such a ruckus. But Old Black's super senses detected it. The cave ahead was huge, and the low spots were filled with oil. Sel really knows how to pick a spot. By this time, Sel had finished snacking. The newborn baby looked like a 2-year-old, could walk by itself. What a genius, and adorable Jerry became its first meal after birth. Its 40-meter-long tongue shot out in bam. Jerry, Old Black first spotted the baby, being friendly, but the baby attacked with its tongue. Old Black accidentally fell, and the baby instantly turned into a monster, pouncing on him. But the freshly born monster clearly lacked fighting experience. After just a glance, Old Black blasted it down with a flamethrower. Seeing the newborn catch fire, the mom was furious. Sal couldn't stay calm and just wanted to send them packing. It hit up high, extending its tentacles, and attacked North, who came to help without mercy. At the critical moment, North pulled out a dagger and cut the tentacle. Before he could catch his breath, Sal jumped and lunged. North pulled out his gun. He fired his entire magazine at Sal, until Sal was blasted into the oil pit ahead. Now Sal was furious too, seeing things really going south. The two rushed to rescue Old Black hanging off the cliff, but the struggling monster grabbed his foot just as they pulled. It tried to drag him to death, but luckily North was quick, spinning to load and dealt the final blow to Sal. After successfully pulling Old Black up, the three finally completed their mission and were ready to leave, but they had no idea that the tentacle North had just dealt with was treated as a delicacy by Jerry, and after devouring the tentacle, the Jerry immediately mutated, becoming a teenage Victoria's Secret angel, ready to step up. The astronauts planned to bring back Martian soil samples for research, only to find a terrifying alien species. Just as they were about to launch their spacecraft to head home, an awful thing happened. The sample storage container suddenly opened. The soil turned disgusting. 9E, approaching clueless astronauts, a horror blockbuster. As they returned to reality, the Black 9E suddenly attacked the three, and the spacecraft lost contact with Earth instantly. The three slowly opened their eyes, as if nothing happened. They reported all was normal to headquarters, and happily sailed home. Unbeknownst to them, a horrifying disaster quietly descended, as this wasn't humanity's first alien encounter. As far back as 1974, scientists used DNA combined with human genes to create a new life, but due to its rapid evolution and skyrocketing breeding ability, it constantly seeks to procreate. So for Earth's safety, the research base ultimately eliminated Sal, but even so, the military was still terrified, fearing these alien monsters would return. To find a way to counteract them, the military, led by Dr. Laura, recloned Sal using its genes. Laura tried all sorts of methods to harm it, but none worked. These alien beings are just bizarre. The clone Eve had a touch more humanity than the original, and after a while, Laura actually developed feelings for her. Clever Eve knew she was a lab rat, and voiced her dissatisfaction to Laura. But duty calls, and Laura could only reluctant. Soon, the three astronauts safely reached Earth, and the doctor conducted a physical checkup first. Sounds like a full-on. After the initial checkup, all three were found to have no abnormalities, but just to be safe, detailed blood tests were still necessary. Until the results came out, they were forbidden to have any intimate contact with the opposite sex. But Rick was not listening. After the celebration, Rick eagerly played cards with twins. Soon, their bellies puffed up. The alien inside them burst out, and they both dropped dead on the spot. In just a few hours, the offspring was born, looking already like a Rick took the cub to a hidden farm. Eve at the base sensed something, feeling an urge for offspring. The doctor observed Rick's blood under a microscope, and suddenly realized something was off. There were active cells rapidly consuming his own. Just then, the container full of blood toppled over, and the blood started flowing with a mind of its own. The curious doctor chased after it to see what was happening, but little did he know, the blood had mutated, and suddenly, a tentacle shot. The unprepared doctor was taken away instantly, alerting the military. The investigation found the DNA at his ween matched Eve's exactly. But Eve never left the lab, so they concluded other aliens were involved. The three astronauts back from Mars were undoubtedly prime suspects. To get to the bottom of the matter, the pudgy chief contacted the on-leave Agent North. But once in their lab, they were kicked out by Laura, as Eve wanted to reproduce on touching males.